What is going on? It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon out here in southern Alabama. Got this guy with me today. We just gonna run up the road here, just kind of check on things. I like to do this once a week. Probably should be doing it more. Try to get him out. We've just been so busy at the house, so probably really daily. Should start doing this. Just check the perimeter, go up the road, just check things out and get the exercise. Really, really good for myself, good for Turbo. So we're going to check some things out, talk a little bit about what's happening in the United States of America, the economy, socially, everything. So let's talk about it. Whoosh. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful day here. And that's the range right over there. And pond's right up over here. So we'll get a couple steps in. But I'll start the video out today asking all of you this. What is the future of America? What is the future of America? Where is this all going? I'll tell you, I'm watching the news, I'm watching reaction videos, watching more stores being robbed across the country. I was just watching a video last night of a dollar store being looted. And people just think it's funny. People just commit these crimes for fun. It's not that they're starving, not that they need this stuff. They just do it for fun. I'm watching other videos where people are going into grocery stores and just taking food and bragging how nobody stopped them. They just walked out and nobody even paid attention. And, these people just deserve this. And we're going to see more of this. And it really makes you wonder, what is the future of America? Where is this all going? It does not look good, ladies and gentlemen. We're watching a country become very, very lawless. And when things become lawless, you're pretty much on your own. And that's what we're seeing. More and more people are going to have to be self-sufficient, depend on themselves, their circle of friends, because this thing is starting to get really, really out of control. But we might want to make it very, very clear. We don't want company. Somebody said, oh, you're being mean to your neighbors. I don't have neighbors. There are no neighbors. Do you see any neighbors around here? Take a good look. Do you see any neighbors out here? There are no neighbors. And if that's rude, that's just too bad. I'm not here to, I didn't move here to make friends. I moved here to just have privacy, to have safety. It's nice that we have met some really, really great people here, and we've made some very, very good friends, that is for sure. But I don't think because I have a private road that, and I have signs up not to trespass, that means I'm being rude to my neighbors. Try driving up to these people's houses too. I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of stories where people will come out with their 90210s, you come up their roads. We've had delivery drivers tell us. So they're not too fond of having visitors either. So when people move out in these areas, they don't want unexpected company. Now, somebody calls me up and says they're coming over. Great, cool, come on over. But people don't just show up. So that's how we like it. But anyways, shifting gears here a little bit. Article from The Hedge. This time really is different, Ray Dalio says. Warns Fed is stimulating the economy into a bubble. Well, he's 100% right. And they've been doing this for quite a while. The Federal Reserve's decision to ease monetary policy is inflating an economic bubble that could drive up the prices of hard assets, but also marks the final phase of a 75-year economic cycle, according to Ray Dalio. Think about what they're doing right now. They're cutting rates as inflation is nowhere near the 2% target. They're cutting rates. When inflation's going up, they're cutting rates with the stock market at all-time highs. And, they're going by the data, the job market seems Okay. Unemployment is not at a record low, although we know it is much worse than the official data. But going by this data that the Fed's going by, why would they be cutting rates? So this is different because typically this is when you have a hot stock market like this, low unemployment, rising inflation, isn't this when they typically raise rates? I don't know. Doesn't make much sense. But they are right now easing into a bubble. And this is definitely different than what is normal. The economy, ladies and gentlemen, is so strong that it needs bailouts to keep running. This is how fake this illusion really is. They stopped quantitative tightening. You're going to see more QE coming. Gold, land, food, water, friends, family, skills, and tools. These are the things you need to be gathering now. 100%. Let me repeat. Gold, land, food, water, friends, family, skills, and tools. This, I think, is a pretty good start. If you do this right now, you should have been doing this for years. This is what you're going to need because this thing is going to come off the rails. We're now living in the biggest Ponzi scheme the world has ever seen, the biggest one in history. And when this thing blows up, you are on your own. Don't come to my house. You know, a lot of people say, well, I'm going to come to your house. Aaron was talking to Aaron the other day, and, you know, people saying that, oh, when things get bad, they're going to come to Aaron's house, Texas Silver. He's like, hell no, you're not. Aaron has a plan. He's got a group in Texas. By the way, he's always invited here, and I'm always invited to Texas. So it's always good to have these type of people in your circle, to have the right people, the friends, people that bring things, you know, to the table, skills, assets, know how to do things. And if you have people sitting at your table right now that are not bringing anything other than talk, you need to find some new friends. And look, I've had to shrink the circle and cut some friends out, and I've met new friends that actually bring things to the table. These people are going to eat all your food. These people are not trained. They haven't been training. You know, I just love when I watch these videos of people just telling us how bad things are. And I look at these people. They look weak. They're out of shape. They're not training. They don't have skills. They're just trying to sell things. But what are they really doing themselves? Are they really walking the walk? And they're just misleading people. They sell fear, and they don't really believe what they're selling. They just want to make money. That's my opinion. But I see a lot of this where there's just no way that person is prepared for anything, yet they're trying to sell fear in order to sell something to you. Be wary. The con men are alive and well on social media. California set to spend 28 times more on health benefits for people not from this country than state police funding. Talked about this yesterday, and I want to talk about it again because it's just sickening what we're watching take place in this country. I got to ask the people, you know, the people that complain about California every day, they make videos about it, how bad it is. Why are you still there? And look, oh, my kids. Wait a minute. You can't move because your kids are in California? Well, aren't you the parents? Why would you not move your kids out of state like that if you're looking out for them? Or your kids are adults, so why do you have to be there? Your kid's 25 years old or whatever. Why would you be there? People are always making mistakes because they don't really believe what is going on. They want to sell the fear. They want to sell you something on the fear, but they themselves don't really believe what's going on, because if they did, they would be getting out of places like California, or they would have a bug out house, or they would have some kind of plan in motion in case something happened. But they never talk about that. They just talk about what they're going to sell you. They talk about how bad things are. No solution. You know, just buy some gold and silver. You're going to be okay. Buy this course. You're going to be okay. That's a bunch of BS, ladies and gentlemen. Bunch of BS. You know, I'm watching Mandami the other day, and, you know, he's got his little index ring on. That's another thing too. Any man that wears an index ring and he's trying to sell you something, run for the hills. Any precious metals company that does not advertise the price of their precious metals on their website, run for the hills. Don't trust a company that cannot advertise prices daily, and don't trust a man who wears an index finger or an index ring on his finger. Bad news. Very, very bad news. Here's one from the Hal Turner radio show. Student loan defaults worst among 50-plus-year-olds. Are you kidding me? I mean, think about, you're in your 50s and you still have student loan debt. Borrowers aged 40 to 49, serious delinquency rate, 15%. Borrowers that are 50 years plus, the serious delinquency rate surged to 20%. That's 1 in 5 people over 50 who have student loan debt seriously delinquent. This is unbelievable. I don't know what is happening to this country, but people are gullible, aren't they? They took the bait, hook, line, and sinker, got themselves entrenched in debt. Container shipping traffic from China to the U.S. is in free fall. So we have Thanksgiving this month. We have Christmas, I don't know, 46 days, 47 days, whatever it is. Cargo ships to the U.S. down 42% over the last 3 weeks. Cargo volumes from all over Asian countries down. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. But I'm sure they'll tell us that this Christmas season was the best retail sales season in history. But who knows? I mean, they told us that in Halloween, $13 billion was spent. So adult men, obviously, who play with dolls and little toys, can run around like Batman or Robin or Spider-Man. It's unbelievable. This country may get what it deserves, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, New York is going to get what it deserves. But we are really heading and spiraling down a very, very dangerous road here. Layoffs soared to 22-year high, Hal Turner radio show. American companies have slashed more than 150,000 jobs last month. The news does not look good, does it? Does it? What are you doing right now? What are you doing this weekend to prepare? Nice thing about this house is we have a lot more space. So we have the bug out room with the emergency foods and whatnot. And we put a deep freezer in there. We'll probably put a second deep freezer in there, but we're just kind of getting it organized. We just unpacked more emergency food today. I've got more dog food being delivered today. Also, make sure that your pets, that your dogs have extra food. The wonderful thing is here we have multiple Berkeys and ways to filter water here. And we have a lot of water, so probably roughly about 6 acres of water on this property and a lot of fish. So we're pretty good with that. We're seeing a lot more deer on the property. Definitely, we got pigs out here, turkey. What are you munching on? Pine cones, you nut? Come here. All right, puss, puss, puss. We'll carry on our way here to get a little walking in. But it just seems like every day. Look at this. Look at this bozo. Yeah. He's just a big puppy. He just turned 5 months. 5 months yesterday. 5 months old. So it'd be interesting to see his development and growth while he's 5 months going to 6. I see a little bit more coming out of this dog every month. He did a nice 10-15 minutes of obedience yesterday. It was very nice. Come on. Worked a little bit of his prey drive today. His teeth are coming in. I think he's definitely having a little trouble with his teeth, because he's getting his large canines coming in right now, so he doesn't have a lot to grip with. But he's showing some good signs. But anyways, getting back to what's happening, just coming up the road here to show you. So we're covering a little bit of ground. This is what I drive by every day. And we cut a lot of these trees back with the pole saw last week. About a week and a half ago. But it's a nice day. Got that cold front coming in. Mondays, we're going to be at 82 today. Monday, it's only supposed to be 50, and we get down to 28 at night. So we will definitely feel it. But what a change in America. My lifetime, and I'm not 80 or 90 years old, but what changes I've seen in America. And I will tell you, it was great growing up in the 1980s. Comment down below if you can relate to the 1980s. Probably one of the best times. I mean, people would probably argue maybe the 50s was a great time to grow up, but I would say the 80s would be right there. The music, the culture, the movies, the freedom, It's a great time. Come on, Oos. Keep it moving. Great time. And I don't think we're ever going to see that again. And I feel blessed. I feel blessed that I was able to grow up in that period and actually come to Southern California in the late 80s and really enjoy the last, I think, couple great years in U.S. history. So look at the cotton. We'll be getting ready to harvest this. Pretty amazing. Acres and acres of cotton. Beautiful day here. So what do you think the best period of time growing up in America was? I'm going to say the 80s. You might say the 70s, 60s. I'm going to go with the 80s. I thought it was a great time. I don't think we'll ever see anything like it, but I feel sorry for kids growing up and what they're growing up now. Everybody's glued to a phone. I mean, it's just the obesity rate in America is off the charts. Probably the unhealthiest this country has ever been in the history of America. It's really sad. So much mental illness too. Physical and mental illness is running rampant in America. And it's really sad. So we have a very unhealthy nation and morally a bankrupt nation. I don't know where it's going to end. I don't know how it's going to end. But I think that this country is going to feel a major reckoning. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there any way out of this? I don't know. Come on, Boos. I don't know. I really don't. So, I mean, these people that worried about my neighbors, you see any neighbors? Are there any neighbors out here? Just the way we like it, no neighbors. Yeah, it's nice just to be able to walk the dog out, get a little fresh air, check out the wildlife. A lot of fox squirrels out here that like to hang out here in the field. Been seeing a lot more deer, gator activity, a couple gators in the last couple days. If anything gets too crazy, you know, we'll deal with it. But so far, everything's been nice and quiet. What a beautiful day today. And I just want to make a video and talk about what's going on. And a lot of people talking about how bad it is, but they're not doing anything about it because they don't really believe that it's going to get that bad. So most of you do believe it's going to get bad, and you're making life-altering decisions and taking precautions for events. So let me know what you're doing. How many of you have actually moved or are thinking, like, that's something I really want to know today, is how many of you are actually talking about moving somewhere, small town or rural area or out of the country, or how many of you have already moved? Let me know, comment down below. I'd really like to know. Yeah. So we're not going to go. It's another quarter mile. So we're just not going to go that far. We're going to turn it around, come back. And you know, the question is, you know, everybody's saying that all these people are going to leave New York City. There's going to be a lot of money exiting New York City because of Mandami. But ask yourself, who's moving to New York? And there are going to be people moving to New York. There are going to be people moving to New York. People that embrace socialism, communism, crime. Obviously, he's opening his arms to people not from this country to come on down. He's going to somehow take care of all these people and yet pay the police, pay the trash man, keep the lights on. Yet he's already starting to ask for money. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to see some really big things happen in New York City. This is going to be 2026. New York City is going to be very interesting to see how that all plays out. But I'll be just hanging out here with the family in South Bama with Turbo, and should be hopefully in a few months be getting another pressa here, another dog. But yeah, this has been a really great decision. A lot of people say I'm a lot more relaxed. Maybe, but there's been so much work going on at this house. People are here every day. It is a little tiresome, but I think we're going to be wrapping things up in the next few days for the next probably 90 days until we start heading, into the next project, which will probably start on the exterior of the house. But the interior of the house is looking pretty damn good now. It's very livable. Good boy. All right. So he's a good boy. He's very protective of the property. Very protective. But how many of you have dogs, and how many of you really understand the importance of having a dog for just security, just for a bark, just to alert you? This dog is definitely a huge deterrent, but somebody with a 90210 could get through, but it allows us time to get to our 90210s. But Turbo has our back, and we have Turbo's back, so he'll always have Overwatch. So we're always going to protect him with our lives, just like he would protect us with his life. He's turned out to be a really good dog. He loves it here. He loves it. But yeah, here we are. Aaron did a really good job grading this road, getting it cleaned up. We've had multiple storms, and the road's held quite well. A lot of people said it wouldn't, but again, proven wrong. We have not had one car not make it down here, one truck, from pods to the dumpster to UPS to FedEx to you name it. And sometimes, they just contract out to somebody with a Honda Accord, and they'll just drive their car right down here and deliver a package. No big deal. We've had vans down here. We've had it all. So no issues. Aaron did a really, really good job. God bless him. Thank you, Aaron. But yeah, we're just keeping it real here in South Bama. People here, I will tell you, very respectful of your property, very respectful of your things. And people, just talking to other people out in this area that we've met, the guy that dropped the dumpster off here the other day just said, people just don't roll up to people's house, especially in these areas, because they know there's consequences. And when people know there's consequences, they make better decisions. They make smarter decisions. So I got to get the mower out here probably next week and just start cutting some of this stuff down over here, kind of clean it up a little bit. But yeah, it's been a big job cleaning up these trees, mowing all the grass, getting the house livable. I mean, it was livable before, don't get me wrong, but lavender's not a good color, right? So yeah, roasted almond, a little nicer. But yeah, things are coming along really, really nice. And I thank God every day for getting us here and just allowing this to happen and guiding me and my family, because this is not possible without God. And God put us here in this state of Southern Alabama, in this house, for a reason. And how quickly this whole deal came together and got done really makes me question that, man, is something around the corner? I don't know. I really hope not. But it's out of my hands. I can hear Mimi barking from all the way out here across the pond. But I will say this. Some people got to have people around them. I really enjoy my privacy. And living on the golf course was nice. It was a safe community, but you know, I did have it out with that one golfer. Many of you bring it up, that crazy Karen. Put her in her place. But there's no crazy Karens here. There's nobody here. Nobody. Just the way we like it. Law enforcement out here has been phenomenal. Met a few of them. Fantastic. And we support them 100%. So yeah, we saw a pretty good-sized gator over in this area about 2 days ago. He was about 7 feet, 6 to 7 feet. Fafo's back. Fafo's around 4 feet. But Fafo's got a friend who's a little bit bigger. And they like to come out. They like to come out in the morning or in the evening. And when the water's real calm, you'll start seeing them cruising. Come on, puss. A lot of people in the comments very, very concerned about the gator situation here. They're not worried about it one bit, really not. So don't lose any sleep over it, ladies and gentlemen. We're not. We keep the dogs away from the water. There's always a 90210 nearby. So I guarantee you I'm faster than the gator. So gator makes a bad decision. He suffers the consequences. So hopefully it never comes to that. I love animals. I love nature. You know, I just believe in leave things alone. If it becomes a threat, then we'll deal with it. Sit. Good boy. Stay. Such a good boy. We got to get him some water. So that's the range right there. Got my targets unloaded and setting up some steel out here probably next week. Just so busy with everything. Just really, somebody's asking about boxing, jiu-jitsu. Hopefully the next couple weeks I'll be back. I got my reflex bag here. I got to get it pumped up. Got my gloves, wraps, everything's here. There is a decent looking gym that I may be attending here for boxing and jiu-jitsu. So I'm going to go talk to them, check it out. But very, very important to get back with that. That is something that cannot be neglected. But but this house can't be neglected either. It's been a long move. Things got to get done, and we got to get things ready here. But yeah, probably about 100 acres of trees behind me here. Workers should be here by 2 o'clock. I'm going to leave it there today. I got to grab some lunch. I'm starving. Turbo's got to get some water and hydrate. And we're going to call it a day. God bless. Take care.